A few of our classmates have the same idea and lounge in small groups around the spring. Kosei lies back against the ledge, letting his limbs splay out around him.
Ah, this is the life.
You said it, man. Hot springs are great. I bask in the calm water, feeling the warmth melt away any lingering fatigue or tension. Closing my eyes, a contented sigh escapes me. Ah. Together we sit in silence, soaking in the tranquility. This is so relaxing. I wonder how the girls are faring on their side. Are they relaxing too? Only a thin wall divides the men's and women's hot springs. Straining my ears, I hear the faint sound of voices. What are the girls talking about? Or ignore it. I wonder what they're talking about. I wonder what the girls are talking about.
Me too.
Maybe we should go check it out. Oh no, I'm the show. He shakes his head.
No way, dude. Sneaking into the girls' side never ends well.
He's not wrong. I can think about how that went for me and Akira and Sho in Ace Academy.
Besides, the water is so nice I never want to leave.
He's right. What was I thinking? We just won't get caught. It's fine. Yeah, I'm content here too. I mean, he's right. It ends up going poorly. It's true. It never goes well. I'm not sure what came over me, but luckily Kosei is here to set me straight. That's a good point. I think I'll stay here instead.
You and me both.
We both relax into the spring and let the water drift our worries and cares away. When our time is up, we wrap ourselves in our towels and head back to the cabins. My skin is pink and warm from my time in the heated pool, and I feel refreshed and revitalized. Kosei and I shower and change our clothes, then meet up with the girls at dinner. As we near the dining area, I hear my classmates before I see them. Students cluster together around long tables. Looking around, I spot Mina, Kyra, and Erilynn at an empty table. They wave us over, and we sit down. How was your soak in the hot springs?
It was so good! Everyone said that the minerals in the water help cleanse your skin, so we stayed an extra 5 minutes past time. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Tell anyone what? Wow, you rebels.
It was worth every extra minute. Look how her skin is positively glowing.
Kosei brother, you have a comment on that. I think you need to make a comment on it. You absolutely should. Mina beams at the compliment.
Really? Can you see the difference?
Of course. If you don't believe me, look at Kyra.
Please. Kyra blinks as all of our gazes turn to her.
Ooh, Kyra, your skin looks so soft.
Kyra touches her face, her cheeks dusting pink. Is that what they talked about while in the hot springs? Now I'm glad I stayed on my own side. Kosei clears his throat.
My boy and I soaked in the spring for a long time too. How does our skin look?
Why can't we just let them have their moment? Mina looks Kosei up and down.
Overcooked.
Hey!
The two of them don't have a chance to argue as the food is finally served. My stomach growls at the tempting smell, and I dig in immediately. While we eat, Kosei suddenly sits up.
Oh, right! I almost forgot. Check out this cool thing I found.
He reaches into his pocket and shows us a small trinket with an intricate hand-carved design.
Ooh, it's really pretty.
Is this where we tell him? I feel like this is where we're telling him.
I've never seen that symbol before.
But I have this sneaking suspicion Erilynn has. Me neither. What is it?
I'm not sure, but I found it outside of the hot spring. Maybe it's a symbol of this resort.
Erilynn finally glances over and her eyes widen. She snatches it out of Kosei's hands and takes a closer look.
I can't believe it.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, this is a Velden amulet.
This is where we tell him, and this is how he finds out, because we outspeak stuff.
Velden?
Sweden! She definitely said Sweden. Kosei looks at each of us.
Dude, I know that there's something you're not telling me.
Damn it, best friend, you ruin it. Why would you think that?
2 reasons. Veldin is not a place. And don't try to tell me it's Sweden. I know what I heard this time and the last 20 times. It was Veldin. Secondly, nobody here seems surprised that Erilynn just casually name-dropped a place that doesn't exist.
He's a lot smarter than he looks.
So, what's going on?
Damn it. It seems like there's no more hiding it from Kosei, nor should we. It's a bit unfair that everyone knows except for him. Mina and Kyra both look at me, and then all 3 of our gazes fall on Erilynn. She blinks.
What are you all looking at me for?
Because it's your secret.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter to me. You're the one who said not to tell anybody.
That is a very good point. I turn back to Kosei. Okay, you heard right. Erilynn's not from Sweden. She's actually a princess from Veldin.
And you all knew this?
I nod. Erilynn and I go through the whole story, from our chance meeting at the shrine to Kyra joining the investigation and Mina accidentally finding out. Kosei listens quietly, his face inscrutable. When we finish, there's silence.
That is so...
I grimace, expecting the worst, but Kosei breaks into a wide grin.
cool!
I don't know what to think.
I'm friends with someone from a totally different world! And she's actually royalty! I mean, how many people can say that?
I mean, he's looking at the positive side of things.
Finally, someone who appreciates and respects my lineage. I'll be sure to remember the name of...
She doesn't remember, does she? Silence.
The name of...
Erilynn coughs.
Kanamara, of course.
Kosei!
Close. He flops out of the table like a fish.
Yes, Kosei, that's what I meant.
I give him a sympathetic pat in the back. At least she got the first letter right. That's progress.
True.
The thought seems to encourage him and he sits back up again. He turns to Erilynn, looking curious.
So, what's Veldin like? Do you guys have flying cars?
That is such an odd request, dude.
Don't be ridiculous. Cars don't fly.
His face falls.
They're self-driving, of course.
That's awesome!
Progress. I let out a sigh of relief while Kosei asks Erilynn more questions. I wasn't sure how he'd take the news, but I'm glad he believes us. A huge weight lifts from my shoulders. I hadn't realized how much keeping the secret from my best friend was weighing on me. I'm so glad I don't have to lie to him anymore. Soon after, dinner concludes with an announcement from Miss Sato.
I hope you all enjoyed your day. I just want to remind everyone that tomorrow evening we'll be returning home. We'll have one more activity in the morning.
All right.
But afterwards, you're free to enjoy your time however you wish.
She doesn't sound thrilled by that.
Just don't be late returning to the bus.
Are you gonna leave me here then? That's what it sounds like. When her announcement is over, she ushers everyone back to the cabins. I chat with my classmates in the evening, listening to how their days went. When it's time for lights out, I get ready for bed. My thoughts drift back to the amulet. There must be another Veldin here, but who could it be? Someone from the resort? Someone from the school? My eyes grow heavy, and before long, I drift to sleep. That's interesting. Who do you guys think it is? Where could this other Veldin possibly be? The rustling in the cabin wakes me up. I stretch as I groan escapes me. We still have that class activity. Why couldn't they have just given us the whole morning free? Oh well, I don't want to be late. Rolling out of bed, I grab my clothes and head to the restroom to get ready. Afterwards, I meet up with Kosei, and the two of us exit the cabin. We join up with the rest of the class and spot our friends. Mina is as energetic as always.
Hey guys, did you sleep well?
Yeah, that soak in the hot spring really relaxed me. I fell asleep right away.
Yeah, same.
It's a shame we're returning home so soon.
Yeah, these episodes usually
I would
only
like to
go
explore some more.
one day.
Same. Or had more time in the hot spring at least.
could go
Same.
back after class and before we leave.
Mina brightens.
True. We have some time before we go home. I might just do that. Thanks, Kyra.
I mean, when I was in the hot springs, that's what I did with my free time. She nods, a small smile lifting her mouth.
Huh. I might do that too.
Mina and Kosei look at each other. Are they remembering what happened yesterday? Miss Sato arrives just in time and gathers everyone's attention. They did. She leads us through another history and health lesson, but this time we get to spend it in the quaint gardens. Beautiful scenery and serenity lifts my spirits, and I find it easier to focus. But I'm still itching for class to end. I want to make the most of my remaining time here. Finally, class is over. As soon as Misato dismisses us, everyone scatters. While I decide what I want to do, Kyra approaches me. Her hands are clasped behind her back and she offers me a tiny smile.
Hi.
Is this about during the fire? Because I'm sorry. Hey, do you have plans now that class is over?
I was going to explore more of the garden.
That sounds like fun. Mind if I join you? She shakes her head.
I don't mind.
Okay, good. I didn't completely ruin my chances. Together we start down the path. As we continue down the winding trail, we settle into silence. The trees are lush and the flowers bloom a fragrant perfume as gentle as their petals. I glance at Kyra and catch her looking at me. She quickly averts her gaze, a touch of pink flowing into her cheeks. I'll look away too, feeling awkward that I was caught staring. Maybe I should say something. How did you feel about class today? Smooth. Easy. Perfect.
What do you think of the resort so far?
We start to speak at the same time and stop simultaneously.
It was informative.
I like it. My face burns when we speak at the same time again. Kyra's cheeks are just as bright as mine. The silence reigns once more. I sneak a sidelong glance at Kyra. She focuses in front of her.
So the weather is really nice.
Really? That's where we're at? We're talking about the weather? Come on. We both know what's happening. No need to hide it. No need to hide it. It's fine. I blink, not expecting that comment. Kyra's not usually one for small talk. Yeah, it is.
I like this time of year.
Oh yeah? She nods.
It's still warm, but starting to cool down.
So it's like perfect. A smile grows on my lips. Kyra's talkative today. She blushes when she notices my grin. Suddenly, she stops.
Do you hear that?
I strain my ears. Hear what?
Water. Over there.
She points to a direction straying off the trail. We should stay on the path or let's go. You know what? Let's go. Let's go risky. Maybe we should check it out. She nods and leads me off of the path. We push through the shrubs, our footsteps crunching on fallen twigs and leaves. As we stray further from the path, I can hear the roar of water. Kyra and I exchange glances, then pick up the pace. I mean, there's no signs that say not to stray off the path. Like there's no, poison ivy or something. We soon arrive at a cliffside that faces a rushing waterfall. My breath catches in my throat. What a view! Crystal clear water tumbles down the jagged mountain, splashing into a churning pool. Misty droplets catch in the sun, shimmering in the air like fairy dust. Squinting, I look up at the towering waterfall. It must span around 40 feet above us. But from here it looks like it kisses the sky. Wow.
It's so majestic.
Yeah. For a second, the two of us stand there soaking in the fresh air. The gentle roar is very calming. I feel her gaze on me and catch her staring. What is it? She shakes her head.
I was just thinking.
About what?
The boldness of nature.
I furrow my brows. Unsure what she means by that. She smiles slightly.
Nature isn't afraid to carve its own path and to do things its own way.
Wait. I have a suspicion. Kyra walks towards the edge of the cliffside and glances down. Then she looks back at me.
We can be bold too.
Bold? How?
Let's swim in the pool below.
Oh, sure. That'd be nice. That doesn't seem too bold, but the pool is clear and inviting. As I look around for a place to climb down, Kyra glances over the cliffside again.
The fastest way down would be to jump into the pool.
Carefully, I glance over the edge. We seem to be no more than 10 feet above the pool. The cliffside does protrude far from the mountain. The water is clear enough to see below, and there are no rocks to avoid. In fact, from up here, I feel like I'm on the edge of a diving board, ready to dive into a swimming pool. I'm afraid of heights. I wish I'd thought of this myself. I'm not jumping. Well, she said to be bold. I wonder if I say I'm afraid of heights, we'll jump down together. You know what? I'll agree with her boldness on this one. I'm gonna take this route. Go against kind of what I'm thinking. I hate this idea. Kyra furrows her brows. Because I wish I was the one who'd come up with it. She blinks.
So, that's a yes?
I grin and offer my hand in response. She glances down at it, then allows a small smile to grace her lips. Her hand slips firmly into my own, and she gives it a squeeze. I hope she's ready to be bold with me. Ready? On the count of 3.
1,
2.
3.
Her grip tightens on my hand, and together we leap. The air whips my skin and flows through my hair, and my stomach rises into my throat. I feel weightless and heavy at the same time, but Kyra's hand still grips my own. A warm, stable comfort. In a flash, we splash into the cool water. I kick my feet until my head breaks the surface. Kyra bobs up beside me. We swim for a little while before climbing onto the rocks beside the pool. Kyra wrings out her clothes, and her hair as a small puddle pools around her. A puddle forms around me too, which Kyra notices. She splays out onto the rock.
If we lie here underneath the sun, we'll dry out.
Good idea. I scoot beside her and lie down. The sun's rays spill onto my face and body. I can already feel the heat warming me. We lie like this for a while before I glance at Kyra. So, why did you want to jump into the water like that? She turns her head to face me.
I felt brave.
I blink. That's it?
No, it was also being here with you and thinking about the waterfall.
I remember her words. The boldness of nature? She nods.
It made me think about how I should be more bold.
So, you decided to jump off a waterfall? That seems like a pretty big step to do something different.
It was scary, but it was easy to feel brave knowing I wasn't alone. I've felt that way a lot recently. It makes me want to experience more things.
Kyra shifts her gaze away, a small blush forming in her cheeks. Wait, do I make her feel this way? The typical option 2, you should do what you want. Wait, let's play the oblivious card. Do I do this? I must do this. I feel the heat rising in my face. Is it because of me that you feel brave? She hesitates, then nods, her blush deepening. I can't stop my growing smile. You make me feel brave too.
Really?
Yeah, I never would have jumped without you. So let's keep making each other brave. She nods, matching my smile. Kyra shifts on the rock.
I was also thinking that more life experiences will help with my writing.
Also true. Oh yeah, for your manga? She nods. It definitely helps. A lot of writers use their own experiences for inspiration.
Yes, I've heard that too.
How's the manga coming along? She glances away, and a light pink dusts her cheek.
It's going well. I now have new inspiration for it, and I think I know what to write next.
That's great. Can't wait to read it. You'll show me when it's done, right? Her blush deepens, but she nods. Once we're mostly dry, we decide to head back. We return to the garden trail and soon loop back to where we started.
I should change.
Yeah, same. We don't want to get sick. She smiles.
Thank you for coming with me.
Thanks for bringing me. I had a lot of fun.
Me too. I'll see you on the bus.
I nod. After saying goodbye, she returns to the girls' cabin. I had a feeling that was going to be our moment. That was going to be the time that she was going to admit feelings, and she did. I return to the cabin and change my clothes for the bus ride. Then I quickly pack up all my stuff. I'm a bit sad to leave, but I'm also looking forward to sleeping in my own bed again. I regroup with everyone on the bus. The girls are already there, chatting with each other.
Goodbye, Hot Springs. You will be sorely missed.
Did you end up going one last time?
Yep, and it was amazing.
As she should.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
My classmates each filter onto the bus, and I'm beginning to get worried. Where's Kosei? A moment later, I see him scramble on board. He plops into the seat next to me.
Man, that was a close one.
Yeah, you almost got left behind.
It wouldn't be the worst thing.
Fair. I grin. There are definitely worse places to be stranded. After everyone is settled and accounted for, the bus roars to life and we begin our journey home. I stare out of the window, watching the trees fly by in a blur of green. What a day and a trip. It's strangely comforting, and I feel my eyelids droop. Before I know it, I'm asleep. Suddenly, I'm shaken awake. Kosei, god damn it. Huh?
We're here.
Yeah, you always wake me up now. I nod, then gather my stuff. As I group up with my friends, I stifle a yawn. What time is it? It must be late.
Well, it's pretty late. I need to get home before my mom gets worried.
Kyra nods.
I should go home too.
Yeah, same with us. We all say goodbye and everyone splits their separate ways.
Mom and Dad should be here any minute to pick us up.
Squinting in the dark, I spot someone waving at us. Uncle Hajime?
Hey, kids!
He stands beside his car and we hurry over.
Hi, Dad. You're right on time.
Of course, I didn't want to leave you kids waiting for too long.
Look, a good old Uncle Hajime looking out for us. Thanks, Uncle Hajime. It's really nice of you.
Yes, thank you. It's much appreciated.
Mina breaks into a grin and throws her arms around him.
Aw, Dad. You're the best.
Uncle Hajime chuckles.
All right, all right. Now let's go before Emiko wonders why we're taking so long.
Fair. She'll worry. She'll worry about us. We eagerly scoot into the car and Uncle Hajime drives us home. Once we return to the house, a flood of comfort rushes through me. It's good to be back. Stifling another yawn, I say goodnight and make a beeline to my room. I toss my stuff randomly in a corner and quickly change and brush my teeth. Then I fall into my bed. Oh, how I've missed you. Hugging my pillow, I drift into a deep sleep. Naturally, that's what you do when you get home after being gone for a little while. Naturally what you do. I wake up feeling groggy after a late night return. Our time at the hot springs felt like a mini vacation. Feels weird going back to school today. I flip the blankets off of me and slide out of bed, then get ready for school. The kitchen is empty when I arrive. Both Erilynn and Mina's bags are missing. They must have gone to school early for their club meetings. Luckily, I didn't have to wake up early for my club. For now. Just as I'm about to browse through the fridge, Uncle Hajime enters carrying a freshly baked loaf of milk bread.
Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Hajime. He looks around the kitchen.
Where are the girls?
They left earlier.
Oh, that's too bad. They're missing out on this soft, fluffy bread.
Means more for me. He sets the loaf on the table. The fresh, sweet smell makes my mouth water. But I'm here.
Then eat up.
I cut myself a slice and spread it with butter before eagerly digging in. It's delicious, as always. Uncle Hajime grins.
I wanted to surprise everybody with breakfast after your late night yesterday, but I didn't expect everyone to leave so early.
Neither did I, honestly. It's really nice of you, Uncle Hajime.
Do you mind bringing it to school? You could share with the girls and your friends, just in case anyone skipped breakfast.
Will do.
I appreciate it. As thanks, there'll be a little treat for you when you get home.
Ooh, cupcakes. Thanks, but you don't have to do that.
Just look for it.
Uncle Hajime gives me a wink before heading back to the bakery. I grab my bag and rush out of the house. It's a different view of the school. I like it. I keep up a quick pace as I walk to school. Before long, I pass through the broad gates and cut across the courtyard. After entering the building, I find my classroom and take my seat. My friends are all gathered in a tight circle. As I sit down, I hand Erilynn and Mina their breakfast and share the rest of the loaf with Kosei and Kyra. Hey guys, what's going on? Kosei looks around.
Shh, not so loud.
Oh, what the frick is going on? Huh?
We're talking about the amulet.
He whispers the last two words. Why is that a secret?
You know, because Erilynn's...
Shut up. He looks around and then whispers again.
Veldin?
Mina shakes her head.
We never should have told him. He keeps making a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I know.
It is a big deal.
Maybe we should return to the task at hand.
Yeah. What exactly did I miss? Erilynn huffs.
It has been 2 whole days and we still haven't discovered who the amulet belongs to.
Well, yeah. We didn't look.
That's really not that long.
It is an eternity.
For you, princess.
We've narrowed it down that it must be somebody from our school.
We have?
Yes, we found it when our class had the hot springs reserved.
That's true. Which means the only people visiting the springs at that time were people from our school.
Could someone have dropped it earlier?
Maybe, but I didn't see it when we entered.
Me neither. And I found it right next to the water when we left, which means someone dropped it during our reservation.
Then, in order to discover who owns it, we just need to know who visited the hot spring while you were there.
Daisuke. That's my theory. Daisuke, he's a transfer student. Where did he transfer from? 2 Mile Run? She stares at us.
Well, who was there?
I don't know what you think we do in the hot spring, but it's not checking out other dudes.
Mina sighs.
Yeah, that's a good start, but doesn't actually narrow it down by much.
Erilynn, is there anything on the amulet that can help us? She shakes her head.
It's a common token meant to ward away evil and disaster.
Clearly it doesn't work.
Why? Because this person lost it?
No, because Kosei was able to touch it.
I knew that's where that was going.
Hey!
Mina snickers. Kyra remains thoughtful.
It seems this person must be superstitious.
Jiro? Our conversation is cut short by Miss Sato entering the room. We can continue this later. My friends nod and we scoot ourselves back into place. Miss Sato clears her throat.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all rested and rejuvenated and ready to get back to work.
Yes and no. Half-hearted muttering is the only response.
I'm sure that will change once we get started.
No, it won't.
Please open your textbooks.
No, it won't. Miss Sato begins the class, and I do my best to focus on the lesson, but my thoughts keep wandering. Who else in this school is Veldin? Who do you guys think it is? Like, that's... My thought is Jiro or Daisuke. Daisuke makes the most sense to me right now, based on all the information I said earlier. But I want to know who you guys think it is. I'm distracted through all of my lessons, so I feel extra relieved when the bell rings, dismissing us for the day. I quickly pack up my things. Just as I'm about to head home, I remember that I have a club meeting after school today. Shouldering my bag, I make my way to the club room. So, mandatory club event will be happening at this time. Finally, it's time to go home. I say goodbye to my club mates and hurry back to the house. With my power walking determination, I arrive home in record time. Power walking on a run. After kicking off my shoes and throwing off my bag, I check the kitchen for a snack and find a cupcake with my name and frosting and a thank you note from Uncle Hajime, telling me to enjoy it. I knew it was a cupcake. This is awesome. The girls should forget their breakfast more often. Thanks, Uncle Hajime. With my belly full, I wonder what I want to do. Who should I hang out with? Oh, we know that answer. I'd like to spend more time with Kyra. I take out my phone and give her a call.
Hello?
Hey, what are you up to? Want to hang out?
I'm at the park, practicing landscape drawings for my manga.
My call sounded a little desperate. That sounds cool. Do you mind if I join you?
I don't mind.
Cool. I'll meet you there.
Okay, see you soon.
We say goodbye and hang up. I grab my notebook and throw on my jacket before leaving. The day is chilly, but at least the sun is out. I make good time by keeping a power walk. Eventually, the park comes into view. I find Kyra sitting on a bench, absorbed in her sketch, and I sit down beside her. Hey! She looks up.
Oh, hey.
What are you drawing? She shows me. It's a beautiful sketch of the trees and hills before us. She's gotten the shading right with the clouds and the sunshine, too. Wow, this is really good.
Thank you. I'm thinking of trying a new spot. There's a pond nearby.
All right, let's check it out. The pond isn't far. We hear the quacks from ducks drifting along in the water. After finding a nice spot, we sit down on the bench and get to work. I pull out my pencil, trying to decide where to begin, when a small meow catches our attention. A black cat crosses in front of us. Oh, kitty! Oh no, bad luck. Ignore it, it'll go away. Animals really do follow Kyra everywhere. I mean, we can make the comment. Wow, Kyra really does attract every animal. First she attracts wild animals, and now she's even attracted domesticated ones. What's next? A unicorn? You weren't kidding when you said that you're always surrounded by animals. Although, a cat might be easier to pet than a deer. A smile lifts Kyra's face.
Don't worry, we won't disturb you any longer.
We walk to our next location and leave the cat behind. Strolling through the park, we find a sunny spot with a couple of willow trees swaying in the breeze.
This looks like a good place.
Yeah, for sure. Kyra sits down and flips to a clean page in her sketchbook. My pencil glides across the page as I draw the swaying trees and fluffy clouds.
Oh,
Her pencil stops moving. What is it?
the cat is back.
I look up. Sure enough, the cat blinks down at us from one of the tree branches.
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, maybe. We shrug it off and draw the scene anyways. Once we're done, the cat is still blinking at us from the tree. Where to next? Kyra pauses.
There's a big hill not too far from here. We can draw the park from a higher view.
Sure, sounds good. We find the hill and trek our way to the top. Once we're there, we plop down and flip to a clean page, then get to work. The breeze feels peaceful as we draw. Kyra's artwork looks amazing near the end, as always. We hear a tiny meow, which makes us pause. It's the exact same cat. There's no mistaking it this time.
How odd.
The cat cries and rubs up against Kyra's leg. She picks it up and runs her hands around its neck and chest.
It doesn't seem to have a collar.
I give it a look. That's true. There's no collar in sight. Maybe we should ask around to see if anyone's missing a cat. Kyra nods.
We might have more luck if we split up.
Yeah, let's meet by the benches when we're done. She nods again and disappears in the opposite direction. I glance around the area. Who should I ask first? The old lady sitting alone, the young couple out running, the mother and child flying a cat-shaped kite. This seems like a good lead. I spot a young mother with her child out in the grass. Her son holds a cat-shaped kite and watches it flutter in the breeze. Maybe it's a sign. Hello. The woman turns to me.
Yes?
I was wondering if you guys were missing a cat. My friend and I found one. They look at each other and shake their heads.
Sorry, we don't have a cat.
I see. Thank you anyway. I ask a few more people, but have no luck. When I return, Kyra is already waiting for me with the cat sitting close by. No luck either. She shakes her head. Maybe it's a stray. Still, we shouldn't rush to assume. Let's wait a little longer and see if anyone shows up looking for it. Kyra nods. I sit next to her on the bench and wait. The cat stretches out its front legs and it bumps its head under Kyra's palm. With a tiny smile, she strokes it behind its ears. It really likes you. The two of them look like a pretty good pair. It makes me wonder. Have you ever had a pet before? She shakes her head.
No, I was never able to have one.
Why not?
The boarding school didn't allow pets.
Ah, right. Boarding schools would be strict about these things. Kyra nods. Did you ever want one? She blinks.
I've never thought about it before.
Really? Not even once? She shakes her head.
It was never an option, so I never considered it.
The cat bumps its head under her palm again. She pauses.
I think I would like one, though.
I smile down at the cat, who purrs contentedly. They can be good company. She nods and continues to pet it. The two of us chat for the rest of the evening. The cat eventually jumps down to sit at Kyra's feet and plays with her shoelaces. After a while, the sun sinks low in the sky and our conversation lulls into a comfortable silence. Kyra blinks.
Oh,
What is it?
it's gone.
Huh. I look and realize she's right. Maybe it's found its owner.
Yeah, it must have.
She sounds relieved. Hopefully this means it has a nice home somewhere. A shiver runs through me. There's now very little sunlight, and the cold is beginning to sharpen. It's pretty late. I can walk you home if you want.
That would be nice. Thank you.
That worked well? Of course. Yeah, gentlemen. We brush ourselves off and make our way out of the park. The sky smears with dark blues and violets. A few stars hang suspended in the mist. Soon we make it to Kyra's place and pause at her driveway.
Thank you for walking me back.
No problem. I had a lot of fun drawing with you in the park. A soft smile lifts her face.
Me too.
Suddenly there's a quiet meow. We freeze. Kyra looks at me.
Was that the...
No. It can't be. The meow sounds again, and we turn around. It is. A black cat pops its head around the garbage can. It cries and walks straight up to us. Kyra's eyes widen as the cat nuzzles against her legs and purrs. I can't believe it followed us. Her brows etch in concern.
Why did you follow us? Don't you have a home?
The cat meows and keeps snuggling against Kyra's leg. Her voice softens to a bit of sadness.
Is it because you're on your own too?
My heart shifts in my chest. I hope the cat isn't a stray. It's tough out there without a home.
Go home, kitty.
Kyra tries to gently steer the cat away from her, but it continues to cling at her feet. Finally, she fixes me a worried look.
What do you think I should do? It won't go.
Make lost pet posters. It's your cat now. Keep it for the night. Chase it away. I mean, let's see. Why don't we keep it for the night and see what happens? She wanted to be more bold. Yeah, let's do that. Keep it for the night. Be a little bold, but you should see if the cat sticks around for the night. If it does, then maybe it doesn't have anywhere to go. If not, then it probably has a home.
That might be for the best.
Kyra goes inside and comes back with a small bowl of food. It smells like it might be tuna or some other fish. She places it at the cat's feet.
There you go.
The cat lets out a happy sound and eagerly begins eating. Kyra's gaze softens. It looks like she has things under control here. I should get back now. Let me know how it goes, okay?
I will. Good night.
Night. The rest of my walk home is peaceful. There aren't many cars out, and I'm able to make good time. When I'm home, I go straight upstairs. Fighting a yawn, I decide to skip doing my homework tonight and leave it for the weekend. Means it's Friday. Instead, I relax by educating myself on the latest memes until my eyes droop. Ah, a normal night. Then I get ready for bed and nestle under my blankets. Before I realize it, I'm fast asleep.